Good evening. Welcome to the June 17th, 2024 meeting of the Town of Woodbridge Board of Police Commissioners. It is now 6:21. First item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? All commissioners in attendance are eligible to vote. Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any corrections? All those in favor? Aye. Carries unanimously.
Thank you all.
Next item on our agenda is the executive session. The items under agenda are the interview for the candidates for sergeant and a posting for information technology employee. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Is there a second? All those in favor? Carries unanimously. We came back from executive session. There were no votes taken. We addressed the interviews for sergeant and a information technology part-time manager. It is now 7:09. I would entertain a motion for the hiring of a sergeant.
I move that we hire Officer Steve Perlikas as sergeant.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Carries unanimously. The next item on the agenda is the information technology person. Is there a motion to place an ad for the part-time information technology manager?
Yes, motion.
Is there a second? Is there any discussion?
Right,
All those in favor?
I think that this is a much-needed position for the police department, and that we should go and deliver speed set about finding a person to,
Agreed.
before we have a major IT problem.
So I know in the past that the town was looking at getting a company or a person to do a town-wide IT position, and I think that for this department is probably not a great idea. There are unique qualifications and requirements of this person, and I don't necessarily think that fits with the rest of the town's requirements, so it probably makes sense to have this dedicated position. I think it was a good decision to do that. We have to vote on it. All those in favor?
Aye.
It carries unanimously. The next item on the agenda are public comments and correspondence. Is there anyone from the public that wish to be heard?
There's not.
Any correspondence?
There's.
I don't see anyone in the audience. Next item on the agenda is the reports. The first one is the financial report.
So in the financial report, we're nearing the end of the final month of this current fiscal year. As of June 10th, we were at approximately 87.4% overall. So barring any unanticipated exigent circumstances, we continue to be on target to remain within budget and finish off the year within budget. Currently, we're wrapping up any pending purchases, processing, related billing, and readying ourselves for the start of the new fiscal year.
Where does this year compare to last year's overtime?
Last year.
And while we're looking it up, is there a projection for, now that we've got higher leads, is there a projection for that decreasing?
Chief, I'm sorry.
I don't have that right in front of me.
I should have asked you that before the meeting.
Yeah, but I'll follow up with you. I have that, but you can see where we are this year. But this year will be somewhat higher, but we had a crazy amount of vacancies that we were dealing with, and having trouble filling positions like everyone else. So we've been severely short-staffed. So in the past year, we've had a lot of our overtime was attributed to manpower, but sometimes to some significant crimes. This past year, it was more towards having vacancies, and because of that, more than serious crimes.
Coupled with some injured officers.
Yeah.
Didn't help.
A long time injuries, so yes. That's why. But I'll follow up with that, give you the totals.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Is there a motion to approve the financial report? Motion. Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. That carries unanimously. The next item is the activity report.
Amongst the incidents listed in your monthly statistical report for the month of May, officers also responded to 2 family disputes, one of which resulted in an arrest, 4 various fraud investigations, of all different sorts, 5 mental health related calls. We had 3 stolen vehicles last month. On May 6th, 2 vehicles were stolen from within a garage at a residence on Tulip Tree Lane. Both were left there unlocked with the key fobs inside. One was recovered the next day in New Britain, and that other vehicle is still outstanding. They responded to 25 assorted suspicious activity related calls, and 4 threatening cases were investigated of various types. Some criminal arrests that were made by our staff over the recent past month. On May 5th, they responded to a residence on a report of a dispute. They determined that a disturbance was caused at the house, and the resident was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, risk of injury to a minor, and threatening. On May 13th, they responded to the area of Lansony Road near Baldwin Road, motor vehicle violation. Located a vehicle that was traveling erratically, and determined once they stopped the car, they determined that the driver was under the influence and was arrested, appropriately charged with that. On May 13th and May 22nd, they served warrants on 2 different days, criminal arrest warrants on 2 different suspects that were involved with thefts from a local facility, a fitness facility in town here. Things were stolen, so that case was cleared. Then another DUI arrest on May 21st. That was subsequent to a motor vehicle accident that had occurred. And on May 21st, they served an arrest warrant on an individual who was responsible for the July 2023 burglary that occurred at the transfer station. And on May 29th, they served a criminal rearrest warrant for a person involved for evading responsibility and a motor vehicle accident failure to appear in court. And an investigative services report, the ISU assumed 4 new investigations last month. They worked throughout the past month with the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office to prepare for a federal grand jury involving a suspect believed responsible for 7 bank robberies one in our town and in some of the surrounding towns. Involved the firearm. The one in our town actually occurred in December of 2019. That grand jury was convened on June 12th and came back with a 4-count indictment of the suspect for robbery and firearm-related charges. On May 7th, they assisted the Department of Consumer Protection Drug Control Unit in the Connecticut Department of Revenue Services in a collaborative investigation at a local business. They processed and sent forensic evidence to the lab from the two vehicles, stolen vehicles that had been stolen and recovered. And they learned from the court that an arrestee from our shooting we had down on Raymond Street in August of 2023, he was sentenced on May 20th to 5 years incarceration. And as I mentioned, they had they cleared the transfer station burglary by the warrant that was served at the end of the month. They also conducted 8 public fingerprinting requests and performed processing and background investigation for 1 pistol permit. And that's all I have on the criminal side. And
so for suspicious activity, you get a call. What do those usually turn out to be?
They could be suspicious noises, sometimes something about a suspicious car driving around, sometimes it could be whatever, sometimes it could be criminal, sometimes not.
So there were 25.
Suspicious phone calls.
There were 25 in May. They ended in
nothing. None of them resulted in anything so much significance. We haven't had our burglaries, knock on wood, have been down. There's a lot of times those suspicious activity calls lead to somebody calls it a suspicious car, and it's connected with a burglary or some other larcenies going on in the area, but most of those were not correlated with that. And the deputy could give you an update on our traffic activity report for the past month.
During the month of May, our officers conducted 77 motor vehicle stops, which is a 23% decrease from our April 24 numbers. There were 386 radar speed enforcement assignments and 382 deterrent traffic safety patrols. During the month of May, we had 28 motor vehicle accidents, which was the same percentage as we had in April. We set our speed trailer up at various locations, including Beecher Road, Center Road, Greenway Road, Litchfield Turnpike, Newton Road, and North Peace Road. And during the month of May, we received complaints from residents on Dillon Road, Ford Road, and Litchfield Turnpike, where we have increased our radar speed enforcement efforts and also put the speed trailer. That's it for traffic.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the activity report? Motion. Thank you. Is there a second? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Carries unanimously. Next item is the report of the chief.
Yes, we just had one topic this year with you. Over the past month, we have been participating in 2 school-related student internship programs. The first one involved our partnership with Amity High School in their Senior Service Learning Program, which is an internship program offered to selected graduating seniors in which they spend their final weeks of school at various career sites. And then once they complete their time on the job that they go to, they return to the school and they attend a presentation forum, and they share the different aspects of the job and what they experience with the rest of the group. Last year we participated and had an Amity student intern with us for about 3 weeks. And she spent time in patrol division, investigative services and records, up front in dispatch. She spent the day with her SRO at the high school. And that worked out really well. I think she really enjoyed it, and everybody on our staff actually enjoyed it as well. So it was a very pleasant experience. And currently we're hosting a college student who attends the University of Rhode Island in a similar type of an internship. Her program spans for 11 weeks. Began on May 31st, it'll run through the end of July. And we're happy that we're able to continue our partnership with Amity, and we look forward to expanding it as we did this year with a college intern. And it's been a great departmental and community endeavor, and worked out well. That's really all I had on my report.
The next item on our agenda, the personnel matters.
Can we accept the chief's report?
Oh, sure. Is there a motion to approve the report of the chief?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
It carries unanimously. Next item of the personnel matters. Thank you, Janice.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
So we, under personnel, we have 2 extended absences. As I mentioned last month, we continue to operate with 2 officers who remain out on extended absence. Both are associated with workman's comp-related injuries. One who has been out of work since March of 2023. He is here back on a light-duty capacity and is anticipated return to full-duty status, and is expected to be in the near future, hopefully in the next several weeks. Fingers crossed with that. And our second remains out on a workman's comp-related injury that started in November of 2023, and his return to work date at this point remains uncertain pending further medical evaluations. And just an update on the status of our new recruit. So our new recruit who was hired, who came before you a couple months ago, our new recruit Cassidy Kirby is scheduled to begin her employment with the police department on July 1st. She's slated to attend the Post-C Academy session 383, to which she will report on July 12th. And her graduation from there is slated for the week of, sometime during the week of January 20th of 2025. She was in the other day completing some paperwork, and she's finishing up some other Police Academy pre-arrival requirements that have to be met. And we're looking forward to getting her on board, and we wish her much success in her upcoming months of training at the Academy.
Thank you, Chief.
And that's all I have from the personnel.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Carries unanimously. Good evening, welcome to the Woodbridge Traffic Authority. It's 7:23. Monday, June, no, it's not Monday, June 17th. I said that last time, and no one called me. I'm looking at it now. Okay. First item on our agenda is public comments and correspondence. Is there anyone from the public wish to be heard?
There's not.
Okay, I don't see anyone in the audience. Moving on to the second matter, traffic matters. Are there any traffic matters?
Yeah, just one matter. So we received a request from the Amity High School's Color Run Club to use some of the town roads to hold a road race in September. The proposed race is named Color Run for Diabetes, so any funds raised by them during the event, their plan is that they'll be donating them to the American Diabetes Association. They're seeking to hold the road race on Sunday, September 24th, beginning at approximately 1 p.m. and should be all over and concluded by 2:30 p.m. that afternoon. The race route will start at the high school, come out the front driveway, turn right, travel north on Newton Road up to Dogwood Circle, and make the loop on Dogwood Circle, and then continue back towards the high school southbound on Newton Road and conclude at the high school. The club's overseen by a faculty advisor from the school who work with the club volunteers and the police department to finalize the necessary logistics and staffing and hiring of extra duty officers to manage the event, ensure safety. Check with the public works director, and neither Newton Road or Dogwood Circle have any paving or resurfacing scheduled, and the race doesn't conflict with any other road races. The JCC Bagel Run is on September 15th, and the Woodbridge Road Race, which also goes on Newton Road, is not until October 5th. So no conflict there. So with that, I'm looking for the board for your consideration to hold the race contingent that they comply with any traffic safety, logistical, and staffing requirements that are deemed appropriate.
Chief or Deputy, is there any hesitation that you would have for us to approve these requests?
No, I don't. They've been, so far in speaking with them, they've been happy that they understand they have to comply, and we'll have to hire some officers to make sure that it's safe. And they're going to have volunteers and so on and so forth. But they're prepared for that.
And I've done this before.
No, this is the first
This is
one
the
for
first
that.
for
So
them?
it's new, yes. So it'll be a little bit of a challenge with that.
Would anyone make a motion to approve the race subject to the conditions set forth by the chief?
So,
Thank you. Is there a second? Second. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. That carries unanimously. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I move for adjourn.
And a second? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.